All right, what's up, guys? So, I wanted to talk on this whole Sasha Banks and Naomi walkout because, yeah, it's some crazy stuff, man. It's like wrestlers at times. Like, I would imagine if you aren't being listened to, and because I don't know how many times at my old job I was like, fam, like, I'm seriously about to just leave this place. Because, no, it's like when you talk to the managers about stuff and then nothing changes and then you just feel like that you're there, for their own benefit. It's like, well, why am I still here? Why am I still showing up to this place? So I get it and I understand it. And then like the whole thing that they did tonight on SmackDown where they was like they had let, their fans down and all that stuff. Like at the end of the day, I truly believe that if you really support these guys, because like I like them announcing it on TV, I just am kind of shocked by that because I'm like it kind of feels like it's a segment. Like you can't really trust a lot of stuff that WWE be doing because a lot of the times it be seeming like it's like a joke or it's like or not a joke, but like it's a scripted thing. And so I don't necessarily know, like, because there can be at times where it's like, let's go over the top and make it seem like that, oh, it's some realistic stuff. So I don't fully, trust the idea that it's real, but I want to believe that it's real. And if it is real, then yeah, it's like overall, I think that the fans are not going to be mad at Sasha Banks or Naomi, for walking out. It's like if you're being disrespected, because I'm pretty sure a good portion of like WWE fans, including myself, we've been disrespected at jobs, we've been disrespected by higher ups. And overall, it's like we ain't for that. And I'm like, if it takes us walking out to give you a better picture on how we're not rolling with that, then it's like that's what we're gonna do. So I just think the whole like, trying to get the fans involved and make it seem like that, oh, the like maybe some kids maybe that, don't fully understand the situation. I can see those would probably be the only people that would be disappointed. But adults that, be working 9 to 5 or 24/7 or whatever types of jobs you be doing and things like, because these guys, they gotta be, well, I mean, like if they're traveling back and forth to places like I know they can't be wrestlers 24/7, but a good majority of the day they got to be a wrestler. They're training, they're practicing, they probably going over a script, they doing whatever they need to do to like be these characters on TV and stuff. So my thing is like you're putting in all this work and then you're having it where it's like some stuff that you don't want to do. It's like, fam, I don't know how many times at my old job where like and this is something that I've talked on numerous times before, but I'll never forget when my boss, he was because this is like at a point in time when me and him just wasn't really seeing eye to eye. I had to say like in the final few days of working there, or not even that, like maybe like the final like few months of working there, like I felt like that things were getting better. And I was thinking like like before the pandemic, or if the pandemic would have never happened, I think like something like good could have came out of it all and stuff. But I didn't get a chance to see that fall through. But I remember when at least when I had started working there, we wasn't really seeing eye to eye. I remember somebody was telling me how he was trying to get me fired because he thought I was showing up late to work, but I was actually showing up early, So that's something where I'm like, wait a minute, what? I'm like, I don't get that. I like, you could sit down and talk to me about it and things, and I could have explained it to you and showed you a piece of paper. This is the time that I show up. I'm actually showing up early. I shouldn't even be here right now. I'm only here because other stores ain't open and things. Like, if it was one of those jobs where it was like other stores and places is open, trust me, I've been at them stores like looking, shopping around, whatever. But anyways, like I got there like 7 o'clock in the morning and stuff. So anyways, there is that. But no, actually, no, the thing that I was going to talk on, so there was the time when me and him, we really wasn't seeing eye to eye on stuff. And I remember instead, so I'm literally standing right there. He could have just handed the box to me and stuff. But he's walking over, to this like cabinet area, like where the box would usually go and stuff. And my thing is, like, he could have very well, like, you walked all the way over there and stuff. You very well could have put that box away and things. He walks all the way over to the area where the cabinets were at, throws the box down on the floor, and he's all like, hey, can you put this away? And I'm looking at him because I'm like, just think about what you just did. You literally walked past me, okay? You walked past me. The distance it took you to walk to them cabinets could have been, like, you could have taken, what, 2-3 less steps of just walking towards me, handing me the box. I could have very well grabbed the box, put the box away. It would have been no problems about it. I can't even look at it as like, you know, him being petty if he just walked up to me and just say, hey, can you put this away? I ain't got no problem with that. The fact that you walked over to the area where the box is supposed to be at and you just dropped it, I just stared at him. I'm like, this is my boss, by the way. This is my manager. I'm just staring at him and I'm just kind of looking at him and stuff, and we're just both kind of having to stare off. And the supervisor, she was doing something else, but she's just kind of like looking at us both and things, because I was like, you gonna have to fire me. I'm sitting here thinking in my head, you're gonna have to fire me because I ain't walking over and putting, you could very well, it's either you hand that box to me or I'm not putting that box away, and that box is gonna be sitting there the whole day. I'm like, I ain't putting it away. So anyways, yeah, the supervisor, she ended up putting it away, and even she knew that situation was all messed up, and it was like, nah, fam. Like, every time when I tell that to people, they always is all like, you didn't go off on him, you didn't, like, no, it's the thing is this. I believe in karma. So my thing is, like, I might not be the one. I'm going to hold my anger in. I'm not going to snap. I'm not going to go crazy. I ain't going to be that angry black man that everybody fears. I'm going to just have somebody else be the angry black man for me. And no, like that, from what I heard, like, yeah, he was constantly, you know, having people just dig all into him and stuff because of some things that he's said or did. Like, I think there was one time, I guess, Cook had, like, because I worked at a cafe, and it was like a cafe / restaurant and stuff. But anyways, I guess one of the cooks had went off on him, and I think they were saying, like, one of his managers had went off. So it's, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, bro, like, you know, you can't do stuff like that to people and then think, like, good things are going to happen to you at the end of the day. Like, you know, I would have to say, like, I don't know where it's like currently, because I hadn't talked to dude in, like, yeah, since the pandemic has started. So I guess if I ever do see him out in public, it ain't gonna be no bad blood. But I'm just saying, like, that's overall what I mean by, like, bosses have to treat their employees with respect. You know, if there's something that they don't feel comfortable with, then it's like, okay, understand that, accept that, because let it been the other way around. And now it's talking on, you know, Naomi and Sasha Banks and Vince McMahon. If it had been the other way around where they wanted Vince McMahon to do something he didn't feel comfortable with, it's like, he ain't gonna just be like, oh, well, I guess I just gotta, you know, get through it and just do whatever. No, he's gonna, like, speak out about that stuff. So that's why I just think, like, you know, that whole, like, miscommunication or just no communication at all between the boss, you know, going to the employees. I'm like, fam, if your employees walk out, if your employees quit, put they 2 weeks in, whatever, I'm saying, it's like, yeah, it's like and it's like, I don't know, I personally think that Vince McMahon doesn't go on social media as much, because if he did, I feel like a lot of decisions that he's made throughout the past few years, it probably would have been decisions that he regrets, or, you know, just overall is like, yeah, you know, overall, yeah, just regrets and things. So, I know people are going to probably ask me, like, how do I feel about the situation? I'm like, hey, more power to them. You know, if they feel like they're being disrespected or not listened to or whatever the situation is, I'm like, hey, do what you got to do to overall, like, prove your point. But I'm not disappointed. I'm not upset. I'm not sad. I'm like, I relate to them too. I'm like, fam, like, I understand where you coming from. So yeah, it's like, it's never going to be a time where I look at them and be like, oh, nah, like, I can't support what they're doing and stuff. So it'll never be that. So, but yeah, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Let me know in the comment sections what you think about the whole situation. I know probably going to be people out there like, oh, it's so unprofessional. But I'm like, you deal with a boss where it's like they doing stuff that you don't like. Trust me, you're going to be doing the same thing. I feel like a lot of people that are speaking against them on what they did, you probably have never had a situation where you had a horrible boss and stuff. And if you did, then it's like, yeah, it's probably wasn't even that bad and stuff if you are disagreeing with them. So anyways, yeah, and that being said, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.